Welcome to the Gaming Outsider Podcast. We're back after a short break, and on this episode, we're talking about retirement and what exactly our plans for our golden years of gaming will be. In news, Warner Brothers has been purchased, and we'll discuss what that means in the world of gaming. And as for new games we've been playing, I got my hands on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Zach played Outlaws, a handful of missions. Jacob played the infamous Horses, and Mark checked out Blood, Refresh Supply. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com. We've also got a community at facebook.com/groups/GoCast, and even a Discord server. There's a link in the show notes. We'd love it if you joined. It is Monday, December 8th. I'm your host, Scott Clark, and joining me are my good friends, Zach Parkerson. What's up, man?
What's up, Scott? Been a while.
It has been a while. Jake, how are you doing?
Really had to process that information, huh?
Right? Why the long pause? I'm good. How are you? You seem disturbed.
I think we're having some technical difficulties, but hopefully it's clearing up. It is December 8th. I apologize to everybody. We did not have an episode last week. Needed a little bit of a break. Things were kind of crazy. Things were kind of nutty, and we took a week off. But we are back. It is good to be back here. How have you guys been? I feel like I haven't talked to you in person in quite a while.
I'm feeling a lot of deja vu all of a sudden. Zach,
What did we do?
What?
How are you doing, Zach?
Yo, I'm great. Had been refreshed, playing a lot of Steam Deck. That's about the life of it. Had things.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, I ate some turkey. Shout out to my sister. She made the only turkey I've ever eaten that wasn't dry. So
ate some turkey. I thought he said made some jerky.
If only
Ron Popeil would be proud.
Yeah.
That's a reference some people won't get. Anyway, let's talk about some of the games we've been catching up on. Jacob, I am looking at this game, Bellwright, that you've been playing. I've not even heard of this one. Talk to me about this game.
It feels a lot like Medieval Dynasty. If you remember me talking about that game before, it's kind of a city builder, and then you go around and you recruit people to join your town once you get to a certain popularity. But then again, it feels a lot like Soul Mask, if you remember that one as well.
Yeah, I remember.
And so, like, when you go out into the world and go to fight things, you can grab people in your village and bring them with you to fight. You can also set them up to do tasks and different things in your village while you're out and about doing things, but it's a lot of fun. I'm playing with Mindy. It's multiplayer. So the one thing I don't like about this game is some of the more advanced buildings take it's not even that they take a lot of material, it's that you have to actively go and touch them a million times, and you need a certain hammer, and then the animation of the hammer is got to be maybe it's 2 seconds long, but that 2 seconds adds up when you're doing like 100 whacks.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there have been times where me and Mindy have
You can't do it that slow, dude.
Scott is in a good mood today.
Scott's the whitest kid I know.
Was that a skit? The slow jerk?
Yeah, the whitest kid you know.
Yeah, don't Google that.
No.
I mean, it's very 2000s humor.
What we're going to be talking about later in the show, I think that's going to be the most tamest thing that is said.
What are you doing in retirement? Oh, you're talking about a game you played.
Yes.
I'm excited.
God, no.
Anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you have more to say about Bellwright?
No. It's just
all right.
It's me and Mindy's kind of game, and it's a lot of fun if you like city builders.
Nice. Zach, what about you?
Played a few different things because I was gone for a while. Played through a decent chunk of Castlevania Lords of Shadow because I never played it, and it is deck verified. Yeah,
never played it before.
I never played it, but I do know the big twist.
But
that's okay. Well, I think you say unfortunate, but the big twist is like, well, I finally got to see this for myself.
That's true.
And also, like, a third of the game is a Patrick Stewart audiobook. He's just
There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. No, it's something to look forward to, even.
There are some very frustrating boss battles in that game, if I remember right. I mean, it's been over a decade since I played it, but Some of them get a little gnarly.
There are some frustrating sections in general,
Hmm.
but it is cool. And Robert Carlyle doing a great performance as Gabriel Belmont as well. So
Nice.
yeah, knowing the twist is fun because I get to see the hints along the way. So
Hmm.
that's its own journey.
It's like watching The Sixth Sense, knowing the twist going in. Like you just
Yeah,
look for the clues the first time. Okay.
right, absolutely. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. Very God of War y in the
Yeah,
combat with
totally.
quick time events and everything, and then very simplistic platforming. But I don't know, it all works. It's kind of feels like I'm discovering a new PS3 game, kind of, which
I
is
was gonna say it's a very much a product of its time, like Xbox 360. It's one of those that
yes,
you feel like you're playing a PS3, Xbox 360 game when you play it.
definitely 100%.
I hope the reveal still lands for you though, because that was a pretty fun, like, oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
mhm.
Yeah, I just remember when it happened. I remember my roommate made me watch the ending because he just thought it was so amazing.
I feel like it
It,
wouldn't have a payoff if you didn't have the lead up to it.
I think the general idea of you playing as a Belmont and then getting to that ending is it like that's all the information you need, really.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
That and
the journey is peppering it, it's spicing it up a little bit, making it better. I'm just saying, like, it's already an incredible twist with just that, though.
right, but that's only one half of the twist for me. There's another half of the twist that I thought was really cool. That
Yeah.
maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but
Is it about Patrick Stewart?
no,
No. Okay.
no.
But speaking of older games, I played more UFO 50.
I actually
Just-
saw you. I get a little notification on Steam when I'm on my computer.
oh yeah,
Ashtrack I Main is playing UFO 50.
yeah. I've got almost 40 hours into this collection, and
Wow.
I've only opened 13 games.
Jeez.
It is the gift that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah.
But I did finish 3 more. I got the cherry, which is beating it, hella beating it on Party House, which
Okay.
is kind of cool because it's sort of a run-based deck builder,
Huh.
but in an NES aesthetic. And it's interesting because obviously that genre didn't exist
Yeah.
in video games back then, so it's pretty cool. You're throwing a house party and you have to bring the right guests, and bringing some of them gives you money, and some of them brings you popularity, and then some of them bring you trouble. But you can only have 3 trouble at a time, or else the cops get called on your party.
Huh.
So you have to kind of push your luck to see, you have to flip that next card up. Hope, if you need a little bit more cash, because the more cash you have, the bigger house you can have. Therefore, more guests you can have, or the higher popularity you have, is you can get, the higher tier guests, like a T-Rex or a unicorn,
Oh, yeah.
or an alien, as
As
you
you
would
do.
any party,
Mhm.
Right.
and then use your popularity there. It's just really clever, very addictive game.
Huh.
And then somewhat similarly, a genre that I don't think existed in the NES days is Rock on Island. I beat this, and this is a tower defense game. Where you play as little cavemen, and you can have them throw wheels at dinosaurs and equip them with fire. It was a really fun tower defense game.
Isn't there one game in the collection that is like you need to come back to collect your stuff?
Dude, nice transition, because the other game I finally finished was Pilot Quest, which is a
Oh, yeah.
game that while you're playing other UFO 50 games, it builds resources. But it's like half is that, where you have like a city builder, and then the other half is like Zelda dungeons without
Oh.
puzzles though, so don't get too excited.
Yeah.
But I finally did all of the dungeons and beat the bosses and got all these like ship parts, so I could do the right research, and I finally got off the crash planet. But I feel like I've been working on that thing for like 9 months. So I did
It's
it.
a long time.
Well, I do. I often forget it's there though, and then I go back and it's like capped off. Like, you have max of all resources. I'm like, damn, I wasted time.
Yeah.
If I had popped in and done what I'd like done. Anyway,
Because you can just pop in and like collect your resources and just like let them start up again.
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I had a bad habit about it. But I finally finished it. And the cherry requirement on that is too extravagant. I can't do it. No way. No
Oh, yeah.
way. Yeah.
Start
Gotta find
setting alarms on your phone.
to go back to Pilot Quest.
Yeah.
Make it a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your
That's glitter
dailies.
talk. Get the cherry.
Yeah. It's
We
fun to
believe
see
in
get a
you.
cherry. Yeah. So I've been like, I think 7 games now, 7 or 8 games.
Nice.
There was
You're gonna
there
have
was
so much time in that game.
dude, it's an insane value. 50 NES games for $25.
Now, are you like going through them in order, or are you just like hunting and pecking and just picking one
No,
randomly?
I often just ask my wife to pick a number 1 through 50.
Oh, that's cool.
Though it's just totally random. And I did briefly play a game that is like it's a 2D golfing game, but also a pinball game.
Golf
And
pinball.
Yeah, it's called Pin Golf.
Hmm.
But dude, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I need a pinball expert maybe take a look at it because I was
Well,
like,
I've got it. I'll have to look in there and see if
oh,
I
you
can
do
understand
have it?
Yeah, I remember I got it on Steam.
Okay.
I was kind of holding out for an Xbox version or something, but I
Mhm.
did eventually buy it on Steam Deck.
It's
And I
so
played
good, man.
a little bit.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. What a
You
what a
sound so
fun project.
disappointed about
What's
Not
that?
having it on an Xbox.
it. He sounds so
Yeah.
disappointed getting it on Steam.
I mean, it's not my preferred platform, you know.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't complain. I can play Steam games on my TV now, so it doesn't really matter. But
Well, UFO 50 in particular, I think, is a brilliant Steam Deck game because you can just, because of the nature of that era of game, you can feel like you've accomplished something in 10 minutes.
right,
You know, so
it is on
works out.
Switch now too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess you can play it
Nice.
there too. But then I also played some Bounty of One, which I know you've played,
Nice.
Scott.
I have.
This is, I mean, I don't know. I'll say it's Vampire Survivors, but the big difference is if you stop moving is when you attack. You can't
Right.
attack when you're moving, and that changes it more than you would think.
Totally, doesn't it?
Like I was like, okay, that's a small. I was like, oh, that's a clever, tiny twist. And then it's quite transformative, actually.
Yeah, it's a massive difference. You have to be way more strategic in your movements and placements, and yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's fun. Of course, it's got a cool Western theme.
Western
about it.
theme. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it also has like elves and dwarves and stuff, so it's fantasy Western, I guess.
yeah. I didn't stick with it for super long.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like complete a run or anything, but
Oh, really?
probably because I like was just frustrated with how different it was. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I shouldn't complain, right? Like as it's I don't want to just play more Vampire Survivors. I want something different, but that little difference took me a while to wrap my head around.
Sometimes I do feel like I could just play an infinite number of Vampire Survivors with different skins, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give me a Viking one, give me I know they're doing a Warhammer one, where I think they actually licensed the engine of Vampire Survivors for that one, though.
Yeah.
So that ought to feel like it.
Well, we got a Vampire Survivors deck builder coming, right? Wasn't that announced at the?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. What's it? Yeah, that looks fun.
It does look fun.
And it'll be on Game Pass, right? So I got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
And then last but not least, played Hades 2.
Oh yeah.
Sort of a weird game to talk
Hades.
about because, hey man, do you like Hades? This is more Hades.
Is it more Hades? And you love
Yeah.
the original? Is the storytelling and voice acting is good?
The voice acting is as good. The story setup is hard to be as good because I thought the setup of Hades 1 was really nice and personal. Of Zagreus trying to escape his father's grasp, and then it kind of evolves from there. This one is Kronos is attacking Mount Olympus, and you're playing as a Melinoe, the newest daughter of Hades, and she's trying to fight Kronos because she's the only one who can, according to the prophecy or some other chicanery. But the gameplay has evolved in smart ways. The new weapons are cool. You can like harvest crops now, or you can go on hot springs dates with the people you're warming up to. Because you remember you used to be able to give them gifts and stuff. So it's just kind of an evolved.
Springs dates.
Oh yeah,
right.
You can see some upper boob action if you're into that.
Upper boob action. That's the name of my band in college.
But Melinoe is a good character, and the new weapons are a lot of fun. And the way because she was raised by Hecate, the witch of the Crossroads, so it's her attacks are a lot more magic oriented, and that makes it so it actually does feel like you're playing as a different character. She can channel her magic in different ways, and it creates a lot of fun opportunities. So yeah, killer game. But it's weird when you play something you're like, well, yeah, it's excellent. Obviously, I knew that. It's like can't really rock the boat when I knew it was going to be that good, and then it was that good.
I know you haven't finished it, obviously, but do you feel like it belongs in the best of the year category?
Where I am currently, I don't know if it would have made my 6 at the Game Awards, but I'm also speaking quite early into the game. I don't want to.
Right.
I look at Donkey Kong and I'm like, what's that doing there? But I haven't played that. So
some people really love that game. Jake was one of them.
That was a
Yeah?
really good game. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Does it deserve the nomination, Jake?
Probably the nomination, yes,
Yeah.
but probably not the award.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, go ahead.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I thought I was
but
cutting
anyway,
you off, man.
I look forward to coming back next week when I play more Hades 2 and be like, yeah, of course it deserves to be there. Should have won. Yeah.
As for me, I
Go ahead,
played
Scott.
more Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. You're messing with me because I think there's a delay, so like knock it off. Moonlighter 2 is the last episode we had. I talked about quite a bit, and that game just continues to have its hooks in me. I love this game. I have put over 20 hours into this game since 3 weeks ago, and I've completed one dungeon. I've completed one run.
Wow.
20 hours. And
Good
Jake,
job.
In 3 weeks, 20 hours in 3 weeks in one dungeon.
yes, because the game is just consistently fun. And
those are rookie numbers.
I thought of you
Those
when
are,
I was
in the
playing.
Gunderson household. They are.
I know. I thought of you when I was playing this game, Jake, because I think last time we played, you talked about how you like to break games.
Oh yeah.
And there is a mechanic in this game. You remember how I talked about how when you gather the resources, as you're gathering them, you have to place them in your backpack strategically in a way to, you can burn them. And certain ones, if they have a burn thing, they do this. So I discovered, like, I keep discovering new items that do things like, oh, it's going to add rarity to everyone that it touches. And so you can chain those, I'm learning. So like you could do one, it triggers it, and then it triggers this other one, and that triggers another one. So I'm just getting like crazy rarity on these items. And then that means when I turn around and sell them, they're worth crazy amounts of loot. So I feel like as I'm going through, I'm learning how the game works.
Oh, yeah.
And it's awesome. And then what's cool when you go to the second dungeon, that mechanic is completely different. The way that you were maneuvering things in the backpack is not just the exact same way you did it in the previous dungeon. There's a different element associated with it. And that element, functions differently than the element in the previous dungeon. So you have to develop a whole new strategy. It's really great, man. And it took me so long to get used to the new mechanics because the character doesn't feel nearly as slick. It feels, I don't want to make it sound like it's clunky because it's not.
Like
it does what you
weightier?
want it to do. Weightier is probably a good way to describe it. Yeah. And I'm finally get to where I'm good at it. This is a game where every run I'm gaining something because I'm always gaining some kind of money that's going towards upgrades. I may not get an upgrade on a run, but each run I feel like I'm better and better at defeating the enemies and learning their patterns and understanding it. So that's what I love about games like this is where you play for a while, you master a dungeon, you master this one level that you're going through over and over again, and you're like, all right, I got this game. And then you go to the other dungeon and it completely throws your game off and you suck again. And then you have to relearn that. I love that in these kinds of games. That's what Moonlighter did for me the first time I played it. That's what Rogue Legacy and all that did for me. And this is scratching that itch, and I am absolutely adoring Moonlighter 2. It's really, really great. So
it looks like someone else in the chat is impressed with how much time you're taking to there it is.
Yeah, Mindy says, "Oh wow, 20 hours." I don't think she was impressed.
No, probably not.
Listen, for me, right now, that is impressive. That is an impressive amount of time.
Given the time of year, yes.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So
Time of year has just been nuts.
You're happy you jumped into the early access then?
Yes, I actually got like $5 off of it, so it was only like $20, I think, when I got it, and I put in over 20 hours. Really happy. I feel like I was talking to a buddy of mine, Mike. You know Mike, that lives out by you, and he said he did not get into early access this time because he did with the original Moonlighter, and he wished he had waited till 1.0 to play it because of how many changes and stuff they made. This one feels very done to me. I mean, there's a couple things like in the menus, like in the upgrades that are like this upgrade's not available now, that's going to be added later. And there have been some upgrades that have been added along the way that weren't there before. So there is some things being added, but this does not feel like an incomplete game. It just feels like one that they're just, adding some bells and whistles here and there. So yeah, very, very satisfied with Moonlighter 2. And playing out on the Steam Deck works great on the Steam Deck, perfectly on the Steam Deck. So highly recommend it. All right, there you have it. That is our intro. Let's go ahead and jump into the week's news. First off, we got some stories over from thegamingoutsider.com. Beyond Words is a game from the makers of GoldenEye, and they made a Scrabble-like game with roguelike elements. Yes, you heard that correctly. The makers of GoldenEye made it a Scrabble game. We also got
that sounds like the most random 3 combinations you could put together.
Well, it's funny because the press release was like, from the makers of GoldenEye. That's how they led with it. And then you read it and it's like, this is a Scrabble game. I'm not knocking it. I haven't played it. It looks like a fun game. It's just
it comes a roguelike Scrabble.
Yeah.
It's just I'm unlocking new parts of the dictionary. Yes.
The world can't stop rotating until everything has a roguelike spin.
I know, right? Yeah. We also got some more updates about the upcoming 007 game that we're all excited about. There is a dev diary, so you can check that out. Also, we're going to be talking shortly about Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War. We got an article on the site about that if you'd like to watch the trailer and learn about that. Also, Luna Abyss is an awesome-looking first-person bullet hell that our writer Rel is interested in playing, coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox in 2026. I feel like I requested a review copy for that game 9 months ago. And that game is still not out yet. So, also quite a ride. It is a biking survival horror game that looks, quote, genuinely spooky, according to Mark. There's also a Steam link that was found, but you can read about that on our website. And also, Yuko Replayly is getting a physical edition on Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox. And there is a demo available for that game right now, as of today, actually. So you can check out all those stories on thegamingoutsider.com. Also, this past week, we had the PC Game Show with lots of reveals there. Some pretty big news that is game adjacent. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers. Well, there are some implications in the gaming industry there. And also, Helldivers 2 has magically shrunk its file size. Zach, what story would you like to talk about?
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about the PC gaming show. It wasn't Game Awards level announcements or anything. How could it be when it's 2 weeks before the Game Awards?
Yeah.
But there were a few things that I thought looked really good. For me, this game, When Sirens Fall Silent, is I don't want to give away the trailer, but the trailer already because the trailer has a twist in it that is like part of the hook of the game.
Okay.
But like the trailer already sold me on its initial premise, and then it gives a little twist at the end that really sold me on this game. So it's a horror game. When Sirens Fall Silent. Just recommend checking out the trailer. That's all.
All right.
And then there's a game about fishing. Looks like a creepy fishing game that I thought looked interesting. Or it looks like you're also it looks like you're maybe fighting with a mermaid over the fish. So that I don't know. It looked kind of eerie and compelling. And Samson, I thought looked excellent. This looks like an open world crime game with a lot of brutal melee action. Looks kind of ambitious. I'm intrigued. Oh, and then
sequel to Little Samson. Just
he's all grown up. He's out of the prehistoric era. He's in like.
And then we're gonna get elderly Samson for the third one.
He's in like an 80s or 90s urban environment, just cracking skulls and talking about how the debt can never get settled. He's lives a hard life, that kid. And then the game Dungeons of Dusk. This is a spinoff of a first-person shooter called Dusk that I've never actually played, but this game looks like Doom RPG. I don't know if you ever played that on your flip phone. Do you guys have any
RPG?
Yeah, do you guys have any fond memories of this? Oh
No.
my god, I used to play it in class all the time. It was on the old flip phones, and use the cursors to like walk around a Doom level first person RPG style. Like the old dungeon crawlers.
Yeah, but it's like turn based, right? Like it's
but it was like turn based, but with the super shotgun. It was super cool, and this is a modern interpretation of that. They even ended the trailer with a little flip phone homage.
Oh, did they? They know what's up,
dude. Yeah, so this is this tickled me right in the middle school bones,
Yeah.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Yeah, that was a tough sentence to finish. There's no way I could do it right. But yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting stuff, I thought.
Jake, you're the PC guy. Did you see anything on there that interested you?
Substructure looks like a complete Factorio clone, and I'm not about to dump 4,000 hours into it, but it might be worth a shot. It's basically Factorio, but instead of only the flat plane, it has an underground where you have platforms that go down, collect stuff, and then bring it back to the surface, or vice versa. So that seemed like an interesting kind of a little bit of a twist to an already established concept.
It just looks stressful to me. This looks so much to manage.
Last Man Sitting seemed interesting to me because
the title alone seemed like a Jacob intrigue to me.
Yeah. But you are sitting around, I guess. you are
guy.
Yeah. You're rolling around in office chairs, shooting robots or hacking them and using special abilities and stuff. I don't know. It looked like a lot of fun.
Dude, this game looks ridiculous.
Yes.
I admittedly did not watch this trailer before I went on this show. You were literally kneeling on an office chair, rolling around with like weapons.
Yeah.
It
looks so goofy.
This game looks like it had to have been like brought to you by, Revolver or Devolver. like how is this not picked up by Devolver? This is ridiculous. It's got roguelike stuff. Like you get cards for upgrades, and he's doing backflips on this chair.
Yep.
Bowling down enemies. This looks fantastic.
And then my last pick was Space Warlord Baby Trading Simulator, because it had simulator in the name, so I had to look into it. It's basically just a stock game. You can do everything that you would do normally with stocks, except they are babies from different planets.
Do you just look at titles and look for the weirdest one, and that's the one I'm going to check out? Is that like your
I'm gonna don't worry, I'm gonna yell at you later because there's
that's not a weird title, but we'll get there.
Well, there's the game that I played that Scott sent me a text message and goes, Jake, you like weird games? I'm like, this is not weird. Like Last Man Sitting is a weird game. Space Warlord Baby Trading Simulator is a weird game.
That's a weird game. Yeah.
Horses was not.
Oh, you played? Can't wait to hear.
No.
So, Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War looks interesting to me because I feel like I love that whole universe. I love that first movie. I actually recently rewatched it, and the fact that they actually got, Rico or whatever. I can't remember the actor's name. What's his name?
I don't know.
Johnny Rico. They got the guy from the original movie in this game, which is awesome. First person shooter. Like I feel like we haven't had that. Like why is it? It's just ripe for that, and I think it looks kind of retro-y.
It looks kind of PS2-ish. Right?
Yeah, but it looks like it moves well. Right? Like I'm
kind of excited. We're slowly stepping into the PS2 retro era. I'm into that,
which is so crazy. Like, are we gonna get into like the 360 era and things are gonna look?
It's gonna happen, right?
Old? Give it 10 years, and you're like, oh, this retro game's coming out, and it's just gonna be a game from like PS3, Xbox 360. And I'm gonna cry.
Time passes, We'll all be old one day.
Yeah, it
doesn't feel like you should be able to make a PS2 retro style game, but I mean, it's over 20 years old,
and the fact that that's appealing. You know what I mean? Like we look at that and go, "Oh, I want to play that because it looks like a 25-year-old game." You know what I mean?
It's nostalgic.
Absolutely. I get suckered in by all kinds of games on Steam that are the PS1 and retro aesthetic. I'm like, yeah, give it to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a PC game show. Jake, what story would you like to discuss?
Oh, this is going to be fun for a little bit. Helldivers 2 has shrunk. They took the file size from 154 gigs to 23 gigs. That was a reduction of 80%. Apparently, the studio Nixus helped Arrowhead do it, but reading a little bit into it, there was I didn't know about this before I started reading into this, but apparently video game developers for some reason duplicate their data in the file to help themselves for whatever reason. Um, and I don't know if well, the explanation that I heard was that back when we used CDs and stuff, if you had data on opposite side of the CD, it would
Yeah.
take the system longer to go all the way around the CD to read it rather than just reprinting the CD where it needed the data. And so that was to decrease load times and different stuff like that, but it increased the file size of the actual game. Well, there's
Okay.
no reason why we need to do that anymore. Now everything's for the most
Digital.
part digital. And so they went through this process of deduplication. Yeah, I can't say that word. Anyway,
Defragging.
not even defragging. So they ran a program against it, and as the program would go through the file, it would find a unique set of information and it would give it a hashtag number. And then if it found that data somewhere else again, it would go, oh, I already have this information, and it would get rid of the duplicate data. And so that's what they did with this. Now, I'm assuming there's got to be more stuff that they got rid of, but at 23 gigs, the game still runs. The game still does everything
you
that the
tested
game
it
is
out?
supposed to be doing. My kid did actually.
Hmm.
And so he played a lot more of it than I did, which is surprising, but he says the game runs fine. The load times are maybe a second longer, but that's not really anything to worry about. And everything that was in the game before is still in the game. So what was the 130 gigabytes that needed to be downloaded before? Below. But I mean, this opens up a concept of how many other games are egregiously oversized. Just how many other games could lose hundreds of gigs of data and still play.
Right. Which, it sounds like a first world problem type situation, and I get that. But, when these hard drive spaces on these devices, like I've got, 1 terabyte on my Xbox, and I am constantly deleting stuff.
Yeah.
I like to keep stuff on there just in case somebody's available to play Gears 4 with me. Or, you know what I mean? Like those kinds of situations. I have Baldur's Gate 3 on there. I have to keep
Yep.
that on there all the
Yeah.
time.
It's a hefty
Yep.
boy.
You know what I mean? So,
No, I think this is very nice, right? I mean,
yeah,
because
It's
people, some people have data caps, and these, and
That
if
too.
you needed to delete and re-download something, that's going to eat through your data. That's not very
Mhm.
fair. For something that is apparently redundant and unnecessary.
yeah.
Right.
Well, how unnecessary it is still yet to be exactly seen. Maybe the game will explode, but I know the 23 gigs was released in a like a beta style. So like it's just a public test versus like an actual full release.
Mm.
So we're still kind of seeing if it will implode on itself. But other than
Yeah.
that, it seems to be working. So
Kinda
again,
make you
Call of
wonder how
Duty, I'm
much-
looking at you.
Yeah, Call of
Fix
Duty is the
yourself.
biggest. Yeah,
Fix yourself.
well, I think Call of Duty wants to be big, so you don't have room to play other games.
Right.
That's my tinfoil theory. Well, like
500 gigabyte Call of Duty.
for freaking Call of Duty for like a shooty game, and like for just a handful of maps, it's a preposterous that I would need that much room.
Right.
Like I'm playing Soccer 2 on my PS5. It's 159 gigabyte download,
Ooh.
and I'm playing it, and I can assure you, it is not 159 gigabyte worth of game. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's shout out to Arrowhead for doing something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's part of the optimization too of the game, because I feel like developers now don't want to do it or don't care if they do it. And so there's just, everything that they do just piles, it's like if you were going to be doing any kind of business work with a group of people, everyone's doing the same amount of work and throwing it on the pile. And then afterwards they just go, oh, it's done, rather than going through the pile and going, okay, well, we don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need this.
Right.
We got rid of this before, even in games beforehand, when we weren't worried about file sizes and stuff, people would go through the code of that game and be like, oh, well, here's a bunch of stuff that they didn't even implement in the game. I mean, it's still in the game, it's still coded, it's still whatever, but it's not actually used. And so how much of that stuff is actually making it into the games that are just taking up space that doesn't actually need to be there?
Well, that's what we always hear about people like data mining games to try to find files and names of things that should have been there or might give spoilers away to story stuff in the future, right? Like that kind of stuff does happen.
Yeah. But now it's just to insane levels.
Does it make you wonder like how much time we wasted installing games over the years when they could have done this? Again, first world problems, but like
Right. I mean, I didn't sit there staring at the screen like load faster.
yeah.
I went and did other things, but but yeah, no, I understand your point.
Dude, it's crazy. There used to be a day where you just put the disc in, and 1 second later you were playing it.
What?
Yeah, pretty wild.
Or a cartridge.
Yeah, or a cartridge. Yeah, half a second, man.
I don't know, unless it like decided to do like the on off, and then you're like open it and then you put it
but then you think about that now, right? It's nostalgic. You miss those days. You miss the ritual of blowing in the cartridge.
Right.
And I've got my own I got my own method, right? Like there was like my trick was to get it as close to the front edge as you could before pressing it down. So you almost like felt like you were crunching the front of that thing. It always worked best for me that way. It was weird. You know what's funny? Never once had an issue with my Super Nintendo. That thing fired up on the first try every single time.
That's awesome.
Just saying. Yeah.
All right, I'll give the cartridge a little love tap after I put it in.
Do you? Do you push it in farther?
As far as it'll go.
To the hilt.
All right.
I don't stop until my system's screaming.
My God. Our last story. When this story originally broke, Netflix was buying Warner Brothers, and for all we know, that might still be happening, but hold the phone. This is a big deal, guys. I know that we are not a movie podcast, but this does have game implications as well. But Netflix is paying $82.7 billion for the company. So that means if this goes through, Netflix would own Avalanche Software, NetherRealm Studios, Rocksteady Studios, TT Games, WB Montreal, WB Boston, WB New York, and WB San Francisco. That means games like Mortal Kombat, the Lego franchise, Harry Potter, and so much more are now would be owned by whoever purchases this. It still is spending approval. Obviously, the FTC has to weigh in and all that good stuff, but we've all seen it happen. We know it'll go through because stuff happens. But what's really interesting is that as of this morning, I believe this news broke. If I'm not mistaken,
breaking
Zach,
news.
Paramount has actually tried to outbid Netflix. Like they've said, nope, we're going to pay this much billion instead.
Yeah, they're launching a hostile bid because they said their bid was worth more than Netflix's, so therefore they have no reason to go with Netflix, right? That's the idea.
Right.
So
and there is a whole bunch of politics that you could get into with all this that I don't feel like touching here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to kind of look at this as like one of these companies is probably going to own Warner Brothers at some point and what implications that's going to have. Now, I feel like 10 years ago, if you told me this, I'd been like, all right, cool. Well, maybe not Netflix because when's the last time we played a game on? I think I played one game on Netflix, which was that sliding tile block game where it was like an RPG where you slid around. And do you remember the one I'm talking about? It was popular for like a month.
I do know what you're talking about. A ranger,
female character. What was it?
A ranger.
A ranger. Yes.
Yeah.
Only game I played on Netflix. I use Netflix because I was watching Stranger Things a lot recently. I did not see anything about games on that. I actually went to look for it at one point and I couldn't find anything. And then the other day it finally popped up. It was like, oh yeah, we got games on here. Red Dead Redemption. I can play on Netflix.
Is that Netflix? Yeah.
You know how weird that is?
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to play it on your phone, you want to play it the worst way possible. Have we got the method for you?
You could get it for $10, but yeah, we're gonna play it on. I don't know. Anyway,
7-inch screen or no, wait, 4-inch screen.
Again,
rather.
You remember famously, I applauded Microsoft purchasing Activision and Blizzard and King and all that kind of stuff back in the day because I thought that
worked out for you. Didn't work out for you.
Did not. So in this case, I would not be excited because it's a movie company that is getting into the game industry and. Well, that's the thing is if you look at the stories, all the stories are all they're talking about is movies. I actually shared this with Aaron Peterson. I broke this story to him. He didn't know about it. Actually, I felt kind of like, hey, I got him. I broke a story for him.
You mean Aaron Peterson, the Hollywood Outsider?
Of the Hollywood Outsider, yes. And I was like,
Plug.
and he and I said, man, that's gonna be messed up for the game. He's like, I don't think it's gonna have anything to do with the games division. I shared him the article and said it absolutely is. All of his articles from his website said nothing about gaming because nobody cares about Netflix gaming. Like legitimately.
I care about Warner Brothers gaming.
That's what I'm saying.
I also care about
it
Warner
going
Brothers.
to Netflix or it going to Paramount sounds like bad news. Like if you work for any of those company.
No, maybe they might use the Nemesis system.
So there you go. Let's set free the Nemesis system. If it costs us another monopoly to get the Nemesis system out there, it will have been worth it.
Right.
Use the Nemesis system to like choose which movies you're gonna watch on Netflix.
Oh my God.
God.
It
comes back to you, and then the movie like talks to you and has this conversation.
It'll be,
Last time you watched me, you cried your eyes out.
Dude, yeah, they could be adversarial. It'll be like, you don't want to watch this crap again, do you? Do you need to watch Ace Ventura 2 for the 5th time this month?
The last you should have watched me. You couldn't finish me then. What makes you think you're going to finish me now?
It'd be awesome.
So yeah, this is just bad news, right?
I'm glad we've become educated in a post Activision Blizzard acquisition world. This is probably not good news. I feel like Paramount would be better than Netflix for the games division because Netflix is going to try to incorporate it into their brands, right? Of, here's Rocksteady making a Squid Game project, you know what I mean? But I feel like Paramount is more likely to be like either leave it alone because they don't know what to do with it, or B, sell it, which would be the best option for us.
So Paramount would do this just to keep Netflix from having it?
Well, I think they want the movie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think obviously, I don't think they care about Mortal Kombat to an $88 billion degree or whatever. But they want Warner Brothers has 100+ movie year history.
No, I know they want it more for the movies, probably.
Right. There's an archive of movies that Netflix will just bury into their algorithm, and you'll never see it on Blu-ray or 4K ever again.
I saw a meme today or a video. Someone had taken like they did a video across the Warner Brothers movie lot, with that water tower right in the middle, and the water tower had a big red N over it where the Warner Brothers logo was.
It sounds depressing. Well, then, and I don't know if this is obviously less about games, but the president of Netflix being like, the first thing we do would be shorten the theatrical window. And I'm like, buddy, it's already short. Like,
what do you mean?
Movies
like
already
from.
Like, instead of leaving them in there for 2 months, he would want to leave it in there for 2 weeks.
Well, no one would go to the theater then.
Right, of course. But he doesn't want people in the theater.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because he wants them to see it on Netflix. He wants people to pay for Netflix.
Whereas conversely, Paramount has promised that they would put like at least 30 Warner Brothers movies in theaters a year or something like that. So I can't remember the exact number. But
so you're on Team Paramount.
I'm on Team Movie Theaters. And whatever that takes is what I want to do. Because I think theaters will always be okay because you can always just show old movies. And people have proven they are happy to pay $25 to see Spider-Man again. So I'm not too, but I love the joy of going to a new movie opening weekend and sitting there and watching it. It's good.
Make sure
I'm going to go see. I'm going to go see
2 weeks.
Yeah, there's excitement there. We're like,
I'm going to go see the original Star Wars on the 50th anniversary, right? Like that's
of course,
that's going to happen.
That's going to be huge. I mean, I think that re-release will make $1 billion, man. The original cut.
I mean,
on finally shooting again.
In it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That first weekend showing, everyone's gonna cheer their asses off
when Han shoots Greedo.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's just gonna be a big thing. Like, it's gonna
We've been
be
living
awesome.
in a lie for 20, 30 years or whatever.
Dude, even like back then, like watching it is like you watch Han kind of go, he just suddenly is like on the other side. Like he's suddenly
on the special edition.
Yeah.
It also tarnishes his character arc as being an asshole and coming around.
Right.
There's no need to soften him up, is my point. Mm-hmm. The idea is that he's a dick.
Exactly.
Anyway, irrelevant. That's a whole other. I can't wait for February 2027 or May 2027, whatever it is.
We're dancing around the question though. Like the big thing is like, what's going to happen to the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister?
And the Warner
Yeah,
Children.
Tobacco and Dot.
We had this song in my head all
They're going
night
to be
long.
the
No.
They're going to be in the
When
Netflix,
the
the
Warner
Netflix brothers.
and the Warner Sister
Oh
die.
my god, dude!
Just
Yeah,
for
that's
fun,
there's something about the Netflix logo popping up before Lord of the Rings that makes me depressed. Just not into it.
Uh,
That you're right though. I mean, I think that's what bums me out about this is that this is a hostile takeover for the movie portion of it. They don't give a crap about the games,
right.
Mm-hmm.
and our only hope is, like you said, for this stuff to get sold to somebody else.
Which I think I feel like that's a possibility if Paramount ultimately wins whatever the hell's happening here.
Why not Netflix? Why would Netflix? They don't care about it. They
Because
clearly don't have,
they clearly care about games in some fashion.
right.
You know, I don't think they're not going to care about AAA games, right? I don't think they're going to be making a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League again or anything.
Right. It's going to all be like mobile games, or it's going to be ports of older games, like
It'd be like a
like
choose
Mortal
your own
Kombat on your
adventure.
phone. That sounds like a great idea.
Yes, yeah, and if you're a paying subscriber, you don't have to watch the ads in between every fight.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, thank you.
Play Mortal Kombat, get 1,000 free pulls. No,
Yeah.
I don't want like Scorpion from the 90s or Scorpion from the 2000s or whatever, whoever in card mode fighting each other. No, gross.
Well,
it wouldn't be the Scorpion you'd want. It'd be whoever they cast in the Netflix TV show.
The Netflix original.
Right, a Netflix original.
A Scorpion story.
I'm looking forward to the Shao Kahn origin story.
This summer, Chris Pratt is
Shao Kahn.
Sub-Zero.
Dude, well, what's nice about Netflix shows is that it'll be a Shao Kahn show, but he won't actually wear like the skull helmet until the last episode.
Yeah.
Great. Glad we got there.
So this is like very, very new news. Like I said, the Paramount portion of it just happened this morning. Like I woke up to that news. I'm like, what is going on? This is just
it's kind of
insane.
interesting. Yeah.
So we'll have to kind of see how this plays out. If it happens at all, and then if it does, when it does happen, or if it does happen, what that means for these gaming companies, because this is a big deal, guys. This is a huge, huge deal. Like, and it's starting to get sad where everything is just getting compartmentalized into these massive corporations that
give it a couple of days and Universal will throw their hat in the ring.
I mean, not for nothing, but like Warner Brothers had a pretty good year of original movies too, with like Weapons and Sinners. So that, they actually seem like they and even like the new direction for DC, right? They actually seem like they were trying to do movies again. That felt like people were making them.
I thought Netflix was losing money. In my mind, I thought Netflix was always like, because where are they getting the money, man? Because like I understand that the subscriptions are like what $13 a month now, or whatever, and like every other person has a Netflix account. But look how many shows they're putting out. I just don't understand the business model.
Well, don't they have
shows they're making?
Yeah, I agree with like spending $300 million on that Chris Pratt Electric State movie, and I don't know a single person that's seen it.
I did.
Oh, okay. Stand corrected. You must have loved it the way you've been talking about it all these years.
No, the fact that I had to think about it, be like, did I see that? Oh yeah, I saw that movie.
So, excuse me, sorry. Standard with ads is $8 a month. Normal standard is $20 a month at $17.99, and the premium is $24.99.
Remember when it was like $6 for Netflix?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess that's the answer. DVDs? Oh man, I think I watched the entire. No, it wasn't Lost. I watched in Battlestar Galactica. I watched discs through the mail, like the entire series. Like,
I'm pretty sure GameFly is still a thing.
It is.
It is still a thing. I only know GameFly as a place to buy good used games because they have really good deals, and you get actually the original box art and inserts and everything usually. But
it comes with everything.
All right, well, we should move on. That is the week's news, and we're going to go ahead now and jump into the new games that we've been playing. Before we talk about the games we've been playing personally, Zach, can you tell us what's coming out this coming week that people can purchase? It looks like a much shorter list this week.
Yeah, very, very light week. They all know we'll be gushing over the new Tomb Raider game announced at the Game Awards. We don't have time to play games. But on December 12th, Terminator 2D No Fate makes its way to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Then all the way until December 15th, we see Tomba 2, The Evil Swine Return Special Edition. Go to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, Switch 2, and PC. Pioneer is a first-person post-apocalyptic action game coming to PC on December 16th. And then also on that same day, The Rogue Prince of Persia makes its way to Switch 2 and Switch. And then on December 17th, Splitgate Arena Reloaded. You might remember this is the first-person shooter that came out earlier this year, then unlaunched itself, and is now relaunching itself again.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And that comes out of PS5, PS4, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, and PC. That was a game that claimed it was going to make first-person shooters great again. I guess now is its second chance.
Because they canceled themselves.
Sure did. And then December 18th, Opidium comes out on Switch 2 and Switch. Slight list here. But Jacob, if you had to pick one of them, which one would you go for?
Tomba 2. Tomba 2, The Evil Swine Return returns to my heart.
I'm just shocked
nice.
that game is being remade. Of all the games are going to be remade.
Right. I didn't even know
it was random.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in the works until I saw it on the list. So
I can't complain. I'm not complaining. I've never played it. It just, but I'm aware of it. It's one of those that I would see on the rental shelf and be like, yeah, I'm not playing that. I don't know.
Like,
I just
tie them a Tasmanian tiger or something.
Yeah, like it's. I'm not wasting my rental on that game this weekend. That's
right,
just...
like off-brand.
Yeah. Why play Tomba 2 when you have Superman 64 on the aisle right across?
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. And I didn't do that. I played that later in life, but man, that game. I remember that game being like 99 cents in bundles because nobody liked it.
Pretty rotten game. What about you, Scott, from this list here?
Oh, Terminator 2D No Fate. That game just looks rad. I miss games that like just follow the plot of a film.
I do kind of miss that, yeah.
Scene by scene. Can we bring that back, please?
No. Right, yeah, they were never great, but it was fun to kind of live in an expanded version of that world for a little bit.
I think the last time I did that, like with a new property, was Stranger Things did a game that was based on the third season of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was identical. It was the same story, and it was great. It was awesome. I actually played the game before I finished the show that season. So I got to play the game and then go watch the show and see the stuff happen in real life. Or not real life, but like on the screen. That was kind of fun.
The documentary that was Stranger Things.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I miss that. I miss like when they could also get the actors in on it, like Tobey Maguire doing the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Because it just felt legitimized that way a little bit. Especially
Plus, have you seen the trailer for this? Like the pixelated graphics looks highly detailed. Like very recognizable scenes from that movie. Just done it. Like it looks like something that you would see in an arcade. It really looks like you're looking at an arcade game, not even like a console game or whatever. Like with the T1000 doing this, it just looks like you maybe it does. I don't remember. Does it have like the Say No to Drugs logo? you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Real winners don't choose drugs or something. Remember that? It was like the badge.
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking about? It was like they would flash it in between all that stuff.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's my pick. What about you?
Retro Gamer Online informs us that Terminator 2D will also allow for alternate outcomes beyond the movie.
Oh, so we all die.
I guess there ain't no fate but what you make.
I mean, it looks like in the trailer you play as the T1000.
No, I think he's just informing us that there's going to be alternate paths you can go down.
No. I understand that, but I'm saying, like, how often do you get to play the bad guy in a game like this?
Are you playing as Robert Patrick?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're meleeing with that. Like,
are you going to kill a kid in this game?
Thing. I don't see you killing a kid in the trailer, but he's definitely killing like prisoners and stuff. Like
I know, but I'm saying if there's alternate outcomes, maybe you get to kill little John Connor, kill his little friend that lies to him, lies to the cop. Track that.
Hey man, that guy you're looking for is over there.
Yeah, dude. I could save the world. Well, for me, I'm just gonna give it another shout out to the Rogue Prince of Persia. Everybody should play that game.
All right.
So play that
Fair
game.
enough. I need to give it another shot.
It's so good. It's I hear it's a lot like Dead Cells, but you can run on walls, so that's automatically cooler.
Made sense. Same developer.
And it also has Prince of Persia in the title, so gives
You
it a big
automatically
prop.
like it.
Gives it a big head start on that. But you've actually been playing other video games, Scott. You were playing it, in fact, as we were beginning the recording. You're playing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Dude, I'm so into this game. I don't want to put it down.
On Nintendo Switch 2, of course.
It's actually really nice that you can have it, portably and just take it wherever you want. And yeah, it's great. You guys know I love Metroid.
Yes.
I have been so amped for this game. If you remember, this game was announced shortly after the Switch 1's launch.
Yeah, I do remember it because they were like, it was kind of celebration time. They're like, yeah, check it out. Zelda just knocked your life off its rock. That was a bad sentence. Zelda just Breath of the Wild just changed your life. Imagine that will change your life with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond as well.
I think you were trying to say rock your world and knock your socks off at the same time.
Yeah, I think I'd like knock it. I think I was trying to say knock you off your axis, but then I was thinking about the Earth is an axis, but really it's a rock. I went all over the place, and we don't need to investigate what happened to my brain. All right,
it was the best sentence ever said on the show.
we do need to investigate the tumultuous development history of Metroid Prime 4.
I mean, they've restarted this game. It's just been nuts, but it's finally here. I mean, we had to wait for a whole other console generation to get this game, but it's here. I am playing it on Switch 2. I can't tell you what the hell is going on with this story. I have no clue. I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah, Metroid's not really one I go to the story for,
No, I mean, I feel like even in the original, it's just, go to all these places and get your new weapons and try to get to the bosses and get to the final boss. That's pretty much the story of these games.
It's more the atmosphere was the story.
Right.
In Metroid.
Now, I want to address the elephant in the room that everybody is complaining about in this game, which is the fact that there is a plucky comic relief character that you come across quite early in the game. I can't even remember his name, but
there appears to be a few of them.
I've not come across a second one yet. Now,
Okay.
I've only completed... I don't know how long the game is. I've been instructed to collect 5 objects, like keys or whatever, in order to get to like an area. So I don't know if that means it's going to pull a Zelda 3 on me and that's going to open up the rest of the game. I don't know. Or if that's going to be, if I'm going to get those 5, then I'm going to go to the final boss. I don't know.
You'll soon find out at the rate you're playing it.
I have 2 of them. I have 2 of these keys. So,
whoa!
And
I've only a lot of game for him, Jake. Okay,
Jake, that seems really fast for Scott.
I know the game would already be beaten in your house.
He just breathes on a cartridge and he beats it. That was fun. No, so yes, this character does exist, and when you see it at the beginning, because I didn't actually watch the thing in the trailer that everybody was complaining about. I just refused to watch it because I was like, I'm buying this game. I'm just going to play it. I understand what everybody was upset about in that moment, but that is like hardly all. You hardly have him in there, at least up to where I am. That annoying part actually has like a escort portion where you have to follow him around and keep him alive.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, it's not too difficult, but eventually he stays put at a place and then he talks to you over comms once in a while.
Oh no.
Does that break the immersion a little bit? Does it feel a little less Metroid-y? Yes, I'll admit that. But the game is so freaking fun. It's not enough to bother me whatsoever. Would I prefer it the other way? Sure. And I think they could have done without it. I don't, because there's always like a computer that was talking to you in text, right? Like there was never any voice except for like maybe one voice to give you an alert. But there was always a computer voice. Anyway,
it does surprise me they still bother to write characters that are like that, because I haven't met anybody that loves that kind of character.
Yeah, I haven't either, and it's kind of embarrassingly gross. Not like gross isn't it's just cringeworthy.
Yep, here I am stuck in a cave again.
Yeah, It's you're not far. He's like very like goofy and silly, like the comic relief kind of character, like this plucky. Hey, I'm thrust in this situation. Why would I be here on a hostile planet? I'm stuck here. It's just it's dumb.
It's Claptrap.
Not that
the
bad.
worst character.
Not that bad. But
And I
again,
love those characters.
This guy sounds worse than Claptrap.
so anyway, I wanted to get that out of the way because a lot of people are complaining about that. I understand the complaints, but it is not enough to ruin the game for me whatsoever. Would I prefer it the other way, where it's my Metroid that's isolation? Yes. What else does this game do? This game has some new abilities that feel a little gimmicky. You've probably seen some in the trailer. You get these. It's called Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And it's called Beyond because it's you get these psychic abilities that take some crazy button combinations to pull some things off, and it's a lot to remember. But for instance, when you go into morph ball mode, you can, instead of exploding a bomb, you can like charge a bomb, and then the bomb floats above your head, and now you can grab that bomb and you can throw it into a thing to activate something, like to give it power. Things like that. Or there is some light. You have like the ability, almost like the psychic telekinesis ability. So you have to move this switch on a door, and you have to move it in this pattern. But thankfully, it doesn't make you do it much. You know what I mean? You're not doing it for very long, so it's not an issue. The other one is, this one is actually really cool, but it's not something that's brand new. It's just new for Metroid, in that you can charge up your charge beam, and then you release the shot, and the world goes slow motion, and now you can actually control the direction of that shot. Like you need to do that in order to, like, say you need to hit this button with a shot to activate a platform on the other end of the room, but you have to be on the platform and shoot it. It's around a corner. So you have to be on the platform, shoot around the corner so that you have enough time to jump up onto the platform, if that makes sense. And this is where I think it's really interesting, because I don't feel like Metroid did this as obviously. The boss battles, or the first major boss battle I came across, really felt like a Zelda boss, in that you have to use that weapon in order to defeat the boss. So this first boss I came across is like got these tentacles, and they do a really brilliant job of teaching it to you, because it starts out with 2 tentacles, and you shoot the tentacles, and once both are destroyed, then you're able to shoot the main part of the boss, right? But when you get to 3 tentacles, they start regenerating, and you don't have enough time to shoot 1 down, shoot 2 down, and then you start to shoot the 3rd one down, but then the first one regenerates. So then you realize, oh, I have to use this thing to slow down time, to use this to hit the 1 tentacle, move on to the next tentacle, move on to the 3rd tentacle. Now it's open. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It feels like a legit Nintendo game. I know that's not developed by Nintendo, but it feels like a Zelda style.
It's got that Nintendo house style to it,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm really digging that. I don't understand why everything wants to kill me. Maybe I should have paid attention to the story a bit more, but it's just run from place to place, and then enemies show up for some reason and try to kill you. And it's really funny because there's like a cutscene, and a cutscene will happen, and then this enemy shows up, and then they do a close-up on Samus, and every single time she just stops where she is and then points her arm cannon, like, aggressively, and then you go into a boss battle. It's just like every single time. Here we go. It's funny. But the interesting thing is that the early parts of the game feel a bit more linear than I'm used to. Like, there's not a lot of exploring. There's a couple things here and there. You see some things that, I'm going to have to come back with an ability there. But it's more like I have to write that down. I haven't looked to see if there's like ability to mark a map. But what's really interesting is, after I got the 2nd key, which, by the way, is also when I got the motorcycle, which is called the Viola. I got the motorcycle, and I got to the open world. And what's really interesting, and I don't know how they're going to do this, but you get to tackle the remaining keys in any order you want to. So it's, again, you haven't played Link Between Worlds yet, but that's how Link Between Worlds works. instead of doing the dungeons in a specific order because you need weapons to do there, you go to a shop in Link Between Worlds, pick up a weapon, and then you just go to the dungeon that needs that weapon. And you can do them in any order. This one, you're not picking a weapon. You're just, once you get the bike, you go to this open desert, open world, and you just choose whatever direction you want to go to and tackle that next dungeon, as it were. I don't know if I like that hub and spoke aspect because the interconnectedness of Metroid games was always awesome, but I want to see if there's going to be some kind of interconnectedness as I go. Regardless, go ahead.
Metroid Prime has, as a series, has earned your trust to see it through as well.
Yes, I didn't love 2 and 3 as much as 1, but I just love the series so much that I'm definitely going to see this game through. Really, really enjoying it. I do have one issue, and I know everybody's talking about this on the internet. Oh, this makes me mad. So you're in the open world with your viola, right? Which, by the way, is a musical instrument, right?
Raviola.
Oh, is it?
A viola is like
a little violin?
A smaller violin.
A little violin.
Yeah. And when you're in the open world, it's just kind of ambient sounds in the background. That's it. That's it. Just some ambient sounds. You know, you're used
and
to
the roar of the engine, I guess, as well.
Right. The roar of the engine and these ambient sounds. But Metroid games are known for their background music, you know, like this this awesome atmosphere building things. So guess where the music is?
In the
bike.
What's that?
In the bike?
In the bike.
On the radio.
You're not far off. The music for the open world is locked behind the $30 amiibo that you have to purchase in order to unlock the music in the open world game. Tell me that doesn't suck.
I mean, any other company, this would be headline news.
I mean, it's been all over. People are talking about it, but
pulling an AE.
That just, I mean, music, really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what if I'm
that sucks. I mean, that just sucks. There's no other way around it.
That's almost half the cost of the game,
right?
For some music.
It's like it's Fortnite skin pricing at levels of egregious.
Yes.
How loyal are you, Scott?
Yeah,
I'm not buying it. How badly do you want to have music? How badly do you want to complete your video gaming experience?
Here's the thing. All the music is on the Nintendo app.
There you go.
Just have it playing in the background or something.
I mean, that does suck though. That's BS.
Yeah.
This track is called ambient desert music. I guess I'll play that one.
they're like asking you to throw on a podcast, basically. Just suck yourself out of this game, basically.
It just that really. I normally am in Nintendo's corner, but that just feels really crappy. And gross.
I would have assumed you pick up all the Metroid amiibo.
No. Zelda is really the only ones I pick up anymore. Okay. But even then, amiibos I keep in the package, so I can't use them.
I think some of them you could if you angled it just right. I feel like I'm remembering that.
All right.
I said some of them, not all of them. I just could have swore somebody. I don't know. I only have like 4 of them, and they're open.
Anyway, the game is really great. I know that there's been a lot of people complaining about how it looks, that it just looks like, older like Halo 3 level graphics. I don't understand that. I think people are forgetting what Halo 3 looks like. I think you should go back and play it.
I mean, it's also a Switch 1 game, right? It's not going to blow anybody away.
Right. I think it looks pretty good. It's exactly what I want from a Metroid game. It's a new Metroid game. I can't wait. I'm seeing where the abilities that I need to get and come back and look for them. I've got the double jump already. That included it's really kind of cool because they take the abilities that like a double jump, where you get get these boots that give you the double jump, but they also have a psychic ability attached to them. So those boots not only allow you to double jump, but they also allow you to stand on certain platforms that you may create with your psychic abilities. Normally they were there, but you would just fall through them. Now that you have the boots, you can stand on that. All the tech in this game doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But if you think about it, Metroid games never did. Like, I just happen to find missiles that fit perfectly into my arm cannon that I bring out. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Or, look, an ancient statue that lets me double jump.
Right.
know.
Yeah. It doesn't that kind of stuff. You just kind of check your brain at the door and just enjoy the game for what it is, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Last thing I will say about the game, I had to try it. I had to try using the right Joy-Con as a mouse to see how that was. You know what I mean? I don't play
But
shooters with the mouse.
Prime has lock-on combat, doesn't it?
Yes,
Oh,
but I mean,
gross.
you're still there are moments where there are so many things on screen at once. Like in certain boss battles, they're shooting so many projectiles at you that you need to shoot.
Okay.
That being able to move around is going to make more sense. I did try it for a minute, and here's the thing. First off, it worked perfectly. Like it felt like I was using a legit mouse, like no issues whatsoever. I was playing on a table that had a tablecloth on. I wasn't playing like on my leg or anything because we had a table set up down here for Christmas, and
So it worked out.
I just decided to try it while I had that. Works great. I chose not to continue playing that way, not because it's not designed well, but because I've been playing Metroid Prime games for so long that it just feels weird to me to play it any other way than what I'm used to. I actually had to tweak the settings several times to get it to play the way that I wanted it to, even with the standard controls before I tried that. And once I got that locked in, I was like, this is really cool. I'm not going to play a Metroid game. Maybe if there's another shooter that comes out that I want to play on there, I will do it. But for me, it's just I almost have to, because the jump button I use is on the right Joy-Con as well. They've mapped in an additional one of the left bumper button also works as jump. I can't jump that way. I'm sorry. It would take. I'd have to like relearn how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I applaud them for making it work as well as it does. Personally, I'm going to stick to the way that I'm used to playing it, if that makes sense.
So it works, but it's unnecessary.
I mean, if like someone like I don't know, Jake plays the controller, but if somebody that is used to playing shooters with a mouse and keyboard, you're going to get more accuracy that way. But like you said, the lock-on ability is there, and it's not even necessary for the other things I was telling you about. It would just make those short sections easier. So maybe when I'm doing that, I can I don't know.
There you go.
But it's really great. There's a boss battle I did that actually requires you to go into morph ball mode for certain areas, and you really have to. Do you remember the double tap strafe from Metroid Prime?
Yeah.
You have to
little dash, right?
Yeah, you actually have to use that in order to dodge certain attacks in this one, which is interesting.
Okay.
It's not stupid hard. I haven't died on a boss yet. They're all really fair. I came close a couple of times just because I was learning the ropes, as it were. But Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, absolutely enjoying it, and I can't wait till we're done recording so I can go play some more because it's a lot of fun.
The Metroid formula never gets old.
Absolutely.
Speaking of things that never get old, Zach, you've been playing Outlaws and a Handful of Missions remastered.
Were you talking about the game, or were you talking about Zach? And speaking of things that don't get old,
I mean, it's remastered. It's back again, like
Arctic
so many other games.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what Night Dive does, right? They remaster FPS games, especially. So here's another one.
Right.
So this is Outlaws, a handful of missions. Outlaws was an old FPS from LucasArts. I believe it was the Dark Forces team, if I remember correctly.
I was gonna say, is this like Outlaws? It was the original one, and then this is just plus a handful of missions.
Well, the plus a handful of missions was an expansion pack from back in the day.
Gotcha.
So this is all old stuff. But Night Dive, they do it right. This is the full campaign, the full expansion, the online multiplayer somehow works in this bad boy. So they do a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, a bunch of like the insights into how they made their improvements for the remaster. So it's pretty, Night Dive puts together a beautiful package, and they seem to care about every project they do. Like all the sprites are redrawn by hand here, and they had to do a lot of work because the cutscenes are animated, so they had to do a lot of work with those to get them running on a monitor resolution. But they did it. They did all that stuff, and so the cutscenes look a little wonky. They look a little PC animated from the 90s.
Yeah,
but there's something nice about that.
I mean, they're supposed to, right?
Yeah. But the game, the game itself, you play as Marshall Anderson. He won't sell his land, so the train baron, kills his wife, kidnaps his kid, etc. Pretty standard Western setup.
Oh, a gladiator story.
Yeah, so there you go. And then you set out to go get your kidnapped daughter back. But the actual structure of the game is very much a 90s maze corridor shooter.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was more open than that.
Oh no, this is very much find the key. But instead of a red, blue, and green key card, it's a brass key, an iron key, and a silver key.
That's funny.
It is very much that kind of game. There's a secret in most maps, sort of deal. This game, I think it's only 9 missions in the main campaign. And it's only like 4 or 5 hours long, so it's pretty brisk in that way. But the biggest change, of course, from something like Doom or they just put out Blood just the other day as well over at Night
Which you're going to hear
Dive.
about in a few minutes on
That's
this episode.
true. But the difference between those kind of games and this one's a lot slower paced because of you think about the weaponry, right? It's all like you even have to reload. You press the reload button per bullet in this game.
Oh,
You should fill the chambers or to fill your repeater. So if you actually like blast off every shot of your repeater, you gotta hit the reload button like 14 times in a row.
I mean, that's how it was, right?
No, I know. I think it's fun. I think it's super cool. You got to replace both barrels of the shotgun. I think it's I think it's super cool, but it does slow it down, is what I'm saying. So just let people know. And you're just a regular human dude going up against other human.
You're not
dudes.
Doom guy,
right? Yeah, so you're not
dude.
Yeah, you're not double jumping, eviscerating dudes, chainsawing them in the face. None of that,
just
right?
Dude playing another dude.
And there are a few different difficulty options. You can play on good, bad, or ugly.
That's clever.
Yeah, I played on bad myself, and it's just like a short little fun romp.
Wait, which is which?
Good is easy, bad is normal, and ugly is hard.
Oh, okay.
It'd be ugly. You're gonna have an ugly time.
Well, I thought you're such an ugly player. You need to play it on ugly.
Oh, well, they would have to put up like a crying baby, like they did in Wolfenstein at that point.
Right. Well, pacifier.
Pacifier. But yeah, it is absolutely that kind of game. I had a lot of fun with it. I like those kinds of games. I think most people do of our age and above. I imagine we all have a certain fondness for that era of FPS.
Yeah. And you're playing this on PS5, but it is also available on Xbox, Switch, and PC for $29.99.
Yeah, like I said, it has those expansion pack missions. I haven't played those yet, but I will start to this evening. And it does have multiplayer, like I said, cross play, but I only found one lobby, and I checked every night I played. So I don't think it has a very healthy multiplayer community. I would think most
competitive. There's nothing co-op. It's just competitive.
It is competitive, yeah. But I did find one lobby, and that was kind of fun because everybody's chatting, and I was the only one who was new to the game. Like everyone else had been like, "Oh my god, I remember this game from back when I was a kid," sort of stuff. Wow. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice people getting to relive that. But for me, I'm just happy to finally get to play it because it was kind of inaccessible to me because it was PC, right. and it did not run on Steam Deck. I can assure you, certainly not well when I tried.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I'm glad I finally had a chance to play it, and look forward to those DLC missions. I think there's one that's like a Civil War battle. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, a neat little Western story.
And fingers crossed that they get a piece or a physical edition so you can add it to your collection.
Add it to my Pixel Ranch.
Yes. Yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy.
All right. It is time. Jake. So I didn't tell Zach that this was happening. But I kept hearing about this game. And this game called Horses. Everybody on the internet is talking about this game, and it feels like it got talked about because this game got banned from Steam. It got banned from the Epic Game Store, and I think as of now it got banned from the Humble store as well.
It's back on Humble.
Is it back on Humble?
It was briefly banned on Humble. It is weird it got banned from Steam because I've seen some pretty gnarly things on Steam.
Right. And my curiosity was piqued. I looked into it because it's like a $5 game, and apparently it's only 2 hours long. But you only can play it. You only buy it now, like on itch.io or GOG Games, which only way I could do is if they're giving me a Steam key, which isn't going to work. So I reached out to Jake.
For the record, I do just want to say you can get GOG games and outside store games running on Steam Deck, but
I just don't want to mess with it.
I would say for people like you or me, who the reason we got the Steam Deck was because it's the ease. I don't want to mess with it either.
Exactly. And I didn't need to because I have a Jacob. So
it's always everyone needs a Jacob in their life.
So I reached out to Jacob and said, "Hey, would you do me a favor? Would you play this game? Because I keep hearing about it on podcasts and reading articles about it. I watched the IGN review on it, and I was like, but they were pretty like good about keeping some stuff spoiler free. So I asked Jake if he would do it, and he did. And if you look at the look on his face, now I'm going to tell you, Jake, because Jake kind of gave me the breakdown on this over text message about like what this game is about. We can't talk about everything that this game is about for obvious reasons. But what's interesting is I listened to another podcast that I know Zach and I both listened to, and they talked about this game. And they did the same. They had the same curiosity that I did, is that like, what is so bad about this game? And their reaction, Jake, was it's a pretty messed up game, but there's nothing egregious. You're not actually seeing a whole lot of graphic content. It's just more of like what is actually going on in the game is messed up. So have fun dancing around this one. Tell us about horses.
No. Where to start? Let's see. You play as a oh god.
Talk about the art style first.
Oh,
like just the aesthetic.
Don't worry. I'll get there. Okay. So you play as a 20-year-old, and his first job, his dad has sent him away to go work on this farm. Now I'm assuming that everyone who's watching this is going to go look up horses, so you guys are going to get an idea of it. But it is set up like it is there's
a trailer in the show notes.
To real, yeah. It's set up like it's an old reel to reel movie that you're watching. And so when someone speaks to you, it zooms in real close to them, and they move their mouth and stuff, whatever. And then a black screen with stuff set up comes up, and like an old silent film
movie.
Yeah, comes up, and then it's got the word, but the whole game is like in Italian or something, and then it's got subtitles for you to like. I was losing my mind because as you're doing like the epilogue and stuff, you have to walk up to the farm, and it's got all of the credits popping up, and it's all in Italian, and I had no idea what the hell I was saying. So
Scott's been in Italy. He could probably have translated it for you.
Oh yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of gnarly things that happen. This game does experiment with certain imagery and things. As far as people raving about this game and saying it's great, I don't think that this game does anything really outlandishly crazy that any other game really hasn't done, other than make it a silent game. The graphics aren't crazy. The story is just downright
messed up.
Yeah. I wanted to say awful, but it's not a bad story. It's just a horrendous story. Like someone had to sit in their room and think about this, and it scares me that someone actually thought about this.
I do wish
the point of where it is.
I wish video games were less afraid to have those kind of things, because there are 1,000 movies and 1 million books that are deeply uncomfortable experiences, but I do feel like games they're a little more hesitant to make you feel icky.
This is less like uneasy or whatever. Like this is just like it. Yeah. And again, it's not even like the idea of like showing it to you. It's the idea that you are this person that has to. I mean, you're basically a child that's put in this situation where you have to deal with the idea that there is someone doing things to other people that you wouldn't necessarily think are correct. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, he's also convincing you or trying to convince you that they are correct. And there are other characters that appear at this farm that agree with the farmer more than they agree with you. And it just kind of seems like there's this part of the world that's outside of, or that's inside of this like little like nursery of people that they all are part of this world and that's completely okay with them. And then you come
We're
from outside
talking
of the
about
world.
we're talking about issues of like, and I haven't played it, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like enslavement, um, assault, um, like
Well,
abuse.
luckily there's nothing like this in the real world, so we don't have to be too worried.
No, I know, but my question and part of why I wanted I wanted to play it, but I couldn't. I wanted Jake to play it is like, is there a message in this game, or is it just weird for the sake of being weird?
I feel like it's just weird for the sake of being weird because there's not really. I don't see like the game gives you choices, but every choice you make leads you back into the same thing. So I don't feel like your choices would have mattered for anything. Um, it gives you choices for the sake of you going, no, this is right, no, this is wrong, or going down like a different cutscene for that one moment. And it's just like in the end, you basically become partially like the farmer, and then everything is hunky dory because now everyone is the exact same way and blah 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 whatever. And it's just it did not leave a great taste in my mouth. That might have been the wrong word.
Well, it sounds like it doesn't want to leave a good taste in your mouth, right?
No, but I again, if it had a what was the movie that just came out about child abductions and whatnot? I went and saw it, and that one that had a a powerful message like this actually happens in the world, and that we should stop it and blah blah whatever. And this just kind of
Encourages it?
It almost feels like it does, but at the same time, like
glorifies it, maybe.
I wouldn't say glorifies it either. It's just like, oh yeah, this stuff does happen, by the way. And it's like, okay, so are we stopping it? Are we continuing? Are we like, what is it? And the game doesn't really like the game puts an end to it by going into it further, which is just like a weird happenstance.
You're making me more curious. I still want to just see it. Like I don't know. Maybe like can you even like can they stream this game? Like it's
No,
I don't
I'm sure there's got to be some brave YouTuber out there who doesn't care about ad revenue, right? That will just put it up. Some kind soul
within the. How do
I mean, I'm gonna say this part of it.
Okay, how's the new kids putting it? Within the first 20 minutes of the game, there is someone who unalives themselves.
Right.
Okay.
and you are the game does this really weird thing to where when there is something that the game wants you to see, it superimposes it transparently on the screen while it's in the distance. So you have to see it. And then the game like allows you to walk up to it, and then it gets rid of the overlay and then allows you to see what it actually is. And so you come around this corner and there's this character and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting it. And even the farmer goes like, wow, that kind of sucks for your first day.
See, like I wish I could. Maybe I will just read like your response. Like I'm not going to read the whole thing. I probably won't read it at all. But I'm just saying I wish I could, because like when I read Jake's text today saying Jake seems like one of those guys that is not easily rattled, and his text message made him seem like he was uncomfortable by the end of this game. And what did you make me do? And that just makes me want to play it even more just to see what you're talking about. So like, I don't know. I had to talk about it because, and I think you guys kind of alluded to this conversation, is that there is a lot of crazy stuff on Steam right now. And it starts to feel like if you go to the developer's website, apparently they are just leaning into the fact that this game has been banned.
Mm-hmm. So they have a choice now.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's their marketing strategy now.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know if it was as bad as everybody's talking about. But then like the reviews of the game are glowing. People are saying that this is an awesome game, and it doesn't look awesome. Like it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look like an interesting
Schindler's List wasn't fun, but it was an incredible movie.
No, but it also had a message that this stuff is clearly bad and these people need to be stopped. You know what I mean? that was that message. And from what Jake is saying, it sounds like that isn't present here. That they like
His description almost, I mean, I haven't played it, but his description made it sound like they just assume they recognize that it's a hopeless situation.
and maybe that's the message, is that like this kind of stuff is just it goes
But
like
I'll have to play. I'm intrigued now. I have to play it to
the little bit that I know about this game and the little bit that I've seen is bananas, dude. Like it's bananas.
right.
Like naked people wearing horses on their heads. I mean, that is literally what's in this game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just so curious. I had to talk about it, and I was curious. Jake, thank you for checking it out.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
I mean, that does like the game itself does do some different things because all of the little cutscenes are live action. They are somebody who
It's film.
recorded them. Yeah. Is somebody who recorded themselves doing it and then they impose it in the game because you're chopping wood at some point and you pick up the axe, you pick up the wood, you put the wood on the block, and then when you go to chop it, it just goes to a video of some guy actually chopping wood.
Okay.
When you're in the house every morning, the farmer puts out a glass of milk for you, and when you go to drink it, you click on it, and then it goes to a video of somebody. It just shows like the bottom jaw and the neck, but it shows somebody drinking something. And so, I mean, there's just these.
That's interesting.
It's a different way of presenting how like what a game could be, but other than that, like there's not a jump button. There's not a, and I'm not saying that like these things or whatever, but like the game itself is extremely bare bones. It's a walking simulator at best. There's nothing really to the game, and then so you're basically just doing an interactive movie, and outside of the shock value, this game really doesn't give you anything extraordinary. So
And
I don't know.
and just hear you talk about that reminds me of when we played Doki Doki Literature Club, Zach. Like that game at first felt like it was weird for the sake of being weird, and then it just went places that felt super interesting to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
And it sounds like this one doesn't. Like it just goes weird, and I don't know.
Well, it sounds like it did for a lot of people, though. No offense, Jacob. But it sounds like if there are so many glowing reviews, and somebody saw something, or they're just stoked to get behind something that is.
That's what it feels like, man. Like I haven't played it.
Well,
that's why I wanted.
Because Jacob, isn't the nudity blurred in this game as well?
Yes.
So like it is weird that Steam has not allowed this game.
There are scenarios in the game that happen that are
there are games on Steam that are adults only where like you get your female character gets assaulted on defeat.
Yes.
So it's weird that this game is the line.
There's a game called Tormentor. It's by the same people that made Agony, and that's on Steam, and it's supposed to be coming out at some point this month. And that's a game about being basically a psycho that kidnaps people and hunts them down inside of his lair and tortures them and live streams the entire things for money.
Yeah,
and that seems that I almost feel like that's like Dead by Daylight, but it's a single player game, and so you're basically just running around by yourself, just
murdering people,
torturing NPCs just for fun. But this one just feels, I don't know, all of like, again, I can see why it was banned, but at the same time I can't, because there are other games like that on Steam already. And so what makes this one so much worse than the other ones?
The podcast I listened to mentioned it might. They're not saying that this is for certain. This is just speculation that it could have something to do with the whole payment processing issue from a couple months ago. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where it might not even be content related. It might be something like that. I don't know if that's for sure, but their take was there's some messed up themes here, but it's nothing that is visually represented like it is in other games. You know what I mean? And so it was just like, it just drew some question marks, and so they were like speculating as to what else it could possibly be. So I just wanted someone to check it out and Like I
Eh,
said,
I don't really think it needs to be visually represented to be in the game. Like
I'm not
there's
saying that either. I'm just saying that if it were visually represented in the game, I could see it being banned. You know what I mean? But those things are visually represented in other games, and they're not banned.
yeah, no. Okay.
That's where I don't. That's the disconnect.
Yeah. No,
So.
that makes sense.
All right, well, let's move on. Thanks for biting the bullet on that one, Jake. I'll pay you the $5 if you want to, because I couldn't buy it myself.
No, it was an interesting time, and yeah, I was
Yeah.
For most of it, I was waiting for something to happen, but nothing like there was no jump scares, there was no this, there was no that. It hit a level of weird, and it just rode that line the entire time.
I have to play
It can't possibly be any more offensive than click holding.
Oh yeah,
you remember that game?
Button.
Yeah, push that button, baby.
I still haven't played it.
Get that button to 1,000. Oh, did you got to push that button for that guy? Come on, man.
I have it on my wish list, and I keep.
Don't you want to click that button and push that man to the edge?
I'm just curious. There's so many games like that I'm like really curious what they are. Click holding, mouth washing. Yeah. I want to see what that game is about. There's a whole bunch of
me.
No,
but I know it did it for everybody else. I just much like Jacob with horses. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah. I was waiting the entire game for something more to happen.
Yeah.
And then no, it hit a level of weird, and I was definitely weirded out by the end of it.
All right. Well, we got one more game to talk about before we move on to our topic, and I'm going to play that review for you right now. Mark stopped by to tell us about Blood Refreshed Supply. Here you go. Thanks, Mark. Moving on, we do have one new member over on Discord, Xavier Sicard Charret. Welcome to the Discord community. Hope you are enjoying the community and the show. Also, please check out our website, thegamingoutsider.com. We would appreciate it. We put a lot of work into our reviews, and you can also listen to the episodes there if you like. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into our From the Outside In topic. If you've ever listened to our Patreon episodes, you know that one of our favorite topics is the Desert Island Games episodes, where we discuss what games we would choose if we were stranded on a deserted island for a long period of time. I thought for this week, we'd take that one step further and talk about something that's actually more likely to happen to all of us, retirement. I wanted to discuss what our plans for retirement are. I feel like there are a lot of expectations for people of a certain age to do things like play bridge, do puzzles, eat tapioca pudding. Since gaming is a relatively what was that movie?
That's How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. I don't know we need to learn how to play bridge. Since gaming is a relatively young hobby still, I imagine there aren't a ton of gamers in retirement homes just yet. Do you guys think that will change by the time people like us reach our golden years, or are we just not going to be able to physically play games by that time? What do you think?
I think I sent a message to you guys the other day that said the retirement home needs to look like a Call of Duty lobby, or else I'm not going to be having
understand
fun.
what that means.
Like with the slurs and everything, or what?
I was sitting at a restaurant, and it was probably like 11 o'clock on a Sunday, and there was a bunch of old people in there. They were playing cards of some kind. It was probably bridge. I have no idea. But they were just going back and forth, and they were having a good time and talking and whatever. And I was like, I just want to see a group of gamers just sitting there playing whatever game, just talking smack back and forth. And the orders, and it was like, no, you can't say that.
Grandpa, you can't say the F word anymore.
Right.
But he was. He stole my kill.
Right. Exactly.
No, I do think it will change. Yeah, absolutely. Like video games are more commonplace as it is, and then Scott, you might have to be the front runner. I know you're a little older. You might be one of the trendsetters. But by the time Jacob and I retire, everybody will be playing games.
The problem is that like it's hard to find, like, we have a close-knit community here, right? But what are the chances of, like, I mean, I don't plan to be in a retirement home, but let's say I was in a retirement home, and I organize like gaming sessions or whatever with people. What are the chances of 3 other people in my community that are going to have also been gamers? You know what I mean?
Think high. I think it's a high odds.
I think
man.
so.
Yeah. Like what games are you trying to get together when you're when you're that age.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. That's like, is our dexterity or are our fingers going to work the same? Are we going to?
You're gonna have better dexterity because you were a gamer all your life.
Right.
Do you think? I mean, are your fingers going to work the same as they did when
I think gamers' fingers will work better than the current eras.
Interesting.
That's my thought. I also think I think we're gonna have reduced rates of dementia and Alzheimer's because we engage our brains so often in that, like, where they like, because when you're playing the game, like, it needs to be on, you know what I mean? Like in a movie you can drift off, but you can't really do that with with video games.
The problem with the fingers is, we'll be more dexterous or whatever, but we also have a higher rate of carpal tunnel.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, arthritis is a thing.
I'd love to play games, but my hands are stuck in this position.
Dude, shout out to Music 1701A. The fingers never forget. They used to say that all the time. That was the name of my first video game website that I created when I was younger. But then everybody's video game website I created, like a blog site I created to like do my first batch of reviews. But then everyone told me it sounded like a porn site.
That's where my mind went.
Yeah, everything reminds me of her.
Shout out. The fingers never forget.
Scott, what do you want it to look like?
I mean, well, let's talk about that. What do I want to look like, or my personal plans? Are we jumping ahead yet, or no?
No.
I mean, I hope it's there. I just worry that it's hard to get people to get together now to play games. You know, Zach, how long have I been trying to play Dead Space 3 with you?
Don't worry, we're just totally going to it in 2 weeks from now. But yeah, I don't know, since like 2018, probably.
Seriously,
yeah.
Like, and we are relatively young, able-bodied, got some time. We just, we're busy. My hope is that when we're older, we just got nothing but time. You know what I mean? And it's just going to be easier for us to hook up together. Maybe not in person, but we can play online. You know what I mean? We'll be able to afford, like the screen on the side where we can actually see each other like we're doing now. You know what I mean? But like a screen for each of you. So I feel like I'm in the same room with you. I think we should all just retire together. It's the same community. We just all retire in the same house.
That'd be pretty cool.
Aaron Hughes commented on here in the chat and said, I've listened to old episodes and it has definitely been talked about in 2018 going into 2019. LOL.
So sorry.
We got to do it this summer, man. I don't care if we don't finish the game. We got to play at least a couple levels of that game.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I kind of don't want to start unless I'm going to finish it. I
mean, I would like to finish it.
Yeah, you got winter break. Like you said, we're formulated a plot.
Yeah,
for once.
You know what happens, man. Every time I get time off.
But don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you have. You know what? I can't believe they're having you work over Christmas. That's crazy.
I seriously considered just turning my phone off for 2 weeks.
You got no.
Like, I was like really tempted just to like hibernate down here for like 2 weeks and just get some stuff done. But
so we save it for the next 15 years and we open up our own little gaming community of retired gamers.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Where everybody has their own personal space, but then there's like a common area that we could actually do like LAN party type stuff.
Dude, we could call it the Dead Spouse Gamers Resort. The Dead Spouse Gamers Resort, because
oh my god, that's dark.
Because the only way you're gonna
you can't come unless your wife is dead.
I think or husband. If you retire with the spouse,
widower.
If you retire with a spouse, is your wife gonna let you join the hippie gamer commune in your retirement?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So the
hippie.
And it's not. I'm not just attacking wives. Plenty. If your spouse is a gamer, they're allowed in. Okay, they get
Mindy's there.
Mindy's in, absolutely. If you're gonna come and just ruin the good time,
I don't know.
Jacob's gonna lie to us and tell her that she's dead.
Plus Mindy knows how to cook, so she can keep us fed.
Is this a woman in the kitchen joke?
No, it's just like she makes really good food. That's not at all what I was doing.
Jokes aside, she does belong in the kitchen.
Mindy brought Italian beef to Black Friday, and it was delicious. It was really
All
good.
right, well, I'm jealous.
And then I ruined it.
Oh, you should have come, man. Naked Gun,
I think it would
all
have
four
been a
Naked
blast.
Gun, and we threw in Airplane at the end too, just for a little time's sake.
Because Scott's math of 2-hour long movies didn't add up to the hour and a half long.
Yeah,
movies.
they were
We
an hour and a
almost done
half.
by noon.
Oh, really?
By the way, fun fact: 3 of the 4 Naked Gun movies are the exact same runtime. But I think Naked Gun 3 1/3 was like 2 minutes off.
Oh,
Anyway.
that's interesting.
Anyway, all right. So, what are your personal plans for retirement? I'm assuming that gaming will be in the mix, but are you going to stay up to date with current games, or play all the games you missed when you were younger? What about online gaming? Let's hear what your goal is going to be from when you don't have to work anymore. Jake, you already don't have to work anymore. So, what's your plan for retirement?
I always said, like, man, if I could just like not go to work, I'd spend like all my time working out and on the treadmill, this, that, playing these games, blah, whatever. I'm like 100 pounds overweight, and I, don't play the games that I want to play.
Hey, you play horses.
Yeah, I play horses. Ugh,
He plays all the games you want him to play.
right.
Yeah.
New from Scott. Play this game. Okay, cool. I'm catching up on Scott's backlog faster than he is. There's a couple of games that I think man, if I had unlimited time to sit down and play this, it'd be really nice to go grind for items or grind for material or do this or do that and whatever. And right now I know that I have other things that I could be doing better with my time. So sitting down and playing a 4 or 5 hour grind session to get materials for whatever just it doesn't work for me right now. But maybe in 20 years, 20, 30 years, when I don't have anything else to do, maybe I will sit down and grind out a couple of those things that I've been wanting to get. But man, think of the games that are going to be out then. My backlog is going to be even longer.
That's the thing is, like, one of my biggest fears about getting old is just being afraid of technology. Like, I got my dad an iPad for Christmas a few years ago, and you thought I was trying to teach him how to fly the space shuttle. I like he just like gave it up and then never touched the iPad again. He spent like $700 on an iPad and never touched it again.
Was he like a stubborn old person about it? Like, or was he actually trying?
No, he was just stubborn old guy.
Yeah.
Like almost like he was just refused to let his son teach him something.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what it felt like. And I just never want to be like that. I never want to be a person that is like, oh, these newfangled games and your VRs and your Google Glass and blah blah blah. I mean, I kind of am there a little bit, like with battle royales, right? I just don't care about battle royales. That's like that's what the younger kids play. Oh, I just want my story-based games, and you know what I mean. And you and your multiplayers, and you know what I mean. So I kind of am there. But I'm just very curious about, like, when I get older, I part of me wants to just attack nothing but my backlog, because I've missed out on so many good games in the past, right? There's so many JRPGs I never touched. There's so many, there's countless games in my Xbox library alone that I've never even fired up. I just bought because it was on sale or because I'm game sharing with somebody. You know what I mean? I have got so much to keep me occupied and busy, and I want to experience it all. So part of me kind of hopes that, like, I just don't care about new games anymore. So I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, Jake. I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
My ideal retirement thing is, like you said, like a commune type of situation, like where we've got each of us have our own private space, but then there's like a communal area that's got a movie theater screen and it's got LAN gaming areas or, couch co-op type situation. We just got it all. Or we can go to our rooms and play online, even though we're in the same building, just so you can have your own space and you can play with your pants off or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like you got that freedom to do it whichever way you want to. And then, like, instead of there being a schedule on the board for like bingo at 7:30 and all this, it's just like, this is what game we're playing at these times. You know what I mean?
Gears, Fortnite, pills, bedtime, like.
Aaron Hughes says, and then catastrophic inversion for our daily workout routines.
Oh God. Get back over here. I'm gonna shoot you with this laser beam.
We're rolling around in our wheelchairs. So that's my dream. But I feel like I just because it's gonna be my last time to, once I hit retirement, I'm gonna have a limited amount of time left, and I don't want to waste that time with games that might be good. I want to finish my last years with games that have been proven to be outstanding games that I've missed out on, that I can go through and just spend that time playing nothing but good games with people or by myself, either way. So that's my thoughts. Zach, what about you?
Yeah, I would like to think that I'll stop caring about new games just because it makes it easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I still will be intrigued by it. There are just series where you can't leave them behind. Like I gotta play the new Resident Evil, right? Be silly not to.
But do you think old people like in retirement still care about new anything? Like new movies, new books?
I bet. Yeah. Like if
yeah.
you watched Bond your whole life and there's a new Bond movie, right? You don't think an old person's like, yeah, let me go check that out.
I don't see 70, 80-year-old people in the movie theaters for Bond movies.
Well,
one of the funniest things I saw was like me and Mindy drove like an hour and a half out of our way to go to some movie theater that was showing Monster Hunter. And when we got there, there was like this elderly couple waiting in line, and they're like, "We're going to see Monster Hunter. Like, do you even know what it's about?" Nope, awesome. It's new. I was like, okay, see? It's a new movie, and they're just out in the middle of nowhere watching this movie because
that feels like an anomaly.
I don't know. I mean, 2 people out of millions of people, and those are the only 2 people that do that. Nah,
there's no way millions of people saw Monster Hunter.
I meant watch new movies.
But I
still my bleeding heart.
That was all 4 of the people that saw that movie were at that one showing that Chica went to.
Yeah, I'm not crapping on the games. I'm just saying, don't a lot of people that saw the movie. That's all.
Yeah, I feel it. I get it.
But anyway, yes, I'm hoping by then to be less interested in series. That way I can, focus on all those games I missed and replay some of the classics from my youth again. It'd be nice. Oh, Fallout 3, here we go again. That'd be nice. But I don't know, the idea of retirement and all sounds so fantastical to me. It's hard to wrap my head around. I just assumed anybody 35 and younger is just not going to happen.
I don't know, man. It's just one of those where like you see people that are retired and they don't have to work anymore, and they're just like, oh, I got to fill up my time and I got to go do this and I got to do that. I'm like, what are you doing? I like all I want to do is sit on my ass and do nothing. And like I just don't want to be active. Sure, I'm going to exercise and stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't want to go out and do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't want to now. Presumably they did.
That's what I'm worried. I'm worried I'm going to be one of those that's just going to be like,
Scott Clark in the Gaming Outsiders. Scott Clark in the Gaming Outsiders. Scott Clark in the Gaming Outsiders.
He's got dementia in the rocking chair. He's just greetings programs to everybody that walks by.
I gotta go work on my trapezoids.
Hey, oh wow, callback.
That was a callback. That'll be the they think I'm just like this perverted old guy talking about dick tickets.
I don't even know. They don't know about the Rockford local news station clip that you know about.
If you're a new listener, ask me sometime about what that means. Message me. I will share a story with you. All right, anyway, go ahead, Zach. I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
But my dream of retirement always just like retiring into the quiet woods or something like that and receding. But I would get Wi-Fi in there in those deep dark woods.
By then, yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, so I'll still play with you guys. We'll still be talking about Dead Space 3 then, no doubt.
That's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna be like 90. You're gonna be like 70. I'm like, when are we gonna play Dead Space 3?
Yeah, we managed to find time for Dragon's Crown of all things, but not Dead Space.
That game was not fun.
Not good. I did not like it. Nope. Not a fan.
I didn't know you didn't like beat 'em ups. I wish you would have told me that before.
Yeah.
Hypersexualization the game.
Hell yeah. I'm waiting for a beat 'em up to like turn me over, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
We could play Cosmic Invasion. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna be the one. It looks like it's an intentional throwback to all the games I don't like.
You play that right
Yeah,
after
but-
Dead Space.
But it's gonna have like random characters that nobody but you are gonna know if we play it together.
Well, send me a screenshot. I'll tell you who they are.
No, I mean it's like I haven't seen a screenshot. I heard the name. It's like Buckeye Blue something. I don't know.
Beta Ray Bill.
That's it.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
he's Thor. He's a Thor-like. He's an alien. He has like a kind of a
coulda-
cursed version of Mjolnir that turns him into an ugly alien.
How did you get that from my description of the character? By the way,
I was gonna say he could have sent out any name and you would have been like, "Yep, that's the one."
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
no.
Yeah,
I do know it's Beta Ray Bill. I do
I
remember.
made it up. There's no Beta Ray Bill.
Right.
What's with the cosmic thing in that? But we're getting totally off topic here.
Yeah,
What
we're-
is that an arc in comics that something happens in space?
Well, Secret Invasion was. I mean, they're just hearkening to the cosmic characters, I assume.
I don't
the-
know what that means.
Like the outer space characters who are kind of lesser known
Oh, okay.
is members. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy used to be like Marvel cosmic characters, but now they're just kind of
okay.
A-listers. But this is kind of like more obscure, more heavily sci-fi area of Marvel, I guess you would say.
Gotcha.
But anyway, retirement. Yeah, we'll probably play a bunch of games. That's the plan. Maybe write a book.
Right.
Write the next great American novel in between hot sessions of Fortnite.
Whoa. All right.
Fortnite will probably just be all of video games by that point.
Yeah.
No, I do think I would give up multiplayer games at that age. Not, well, presumably due to my diminished dexterity of not keeping up with those kids, but also just like I'd rather try to get through all the classics I missed.
I just hope that like we're still able to do those things that are interesting. Like there's just such a stigma with people in retirement that they just want to play things like Scrabble, like
Mhm.
like.
But Scrabble was the Cyberpunk 2077 of their day.
But they're still playing it.
Yeah,
But there's no way that people that are retiring like now Scrabble is still like the #1 board game. There's so many other choices out there.
yeah, of course.
You know,
Yeah, so they
there used to be a printer that you had to put the letters in there like this too back in my day.
yeah.
I
that's
just,
what I'm
like,
saying.
I have
one at a time on a board.
It just
I have a
changes.
relative in my family. I will not say them by name, but they refuse to enjoy anything past 1975 in
Okay.
terms of art. Like we were at Thanksgiving watching the parade, and anytime anybody did anything that sounded remotely like rap, they needed to get off the stage. This is just awful. Like
Uh,
there was life after Andy Griffith's show. Like
right, 50 years of it. It turns out.
I just don't understand, and I don't want to be that person that's like I'm only going to do the stuff that I'm comfortable with that I did before. Now I want to do old games, right? But it's because I missed out on those old games. I'm not doing it because I'm comfortable with it, but it's because I missed out on it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And like you, I
That's-
probably won't be able to resist the new games either.
I was gonna say until you have somebody that's in there that's like, Scott, have you seen Resident Evil 13 and a half? Like,
Yeah, dude.
let's play this new game.
The Hidden Wesker chapter. Shit, I gotta check it out.
Right.
I remember when Whisker was a little pixelated and he made a
You still-
chill sandwich.
He doesn't wear the sunglasses anymore. Not my Whisker.
I remember
All
when
right.
it used to be a virus.
Let's see what the community said. Over on Facebook, Brian Rigo said, that's only 4 years away for me. I'm under 20 years for me, so I got a little bit. Anyway, that's only 4 years away for me. I hope to play those long RPGs that take hundreds of hours to finish. To get up in the morning, put on a pot of coffee, and game will be amazing. Of course, finishing up any house projects with my wife needs me to do first. Who knows? Maybe we'll start. Maybe I'll
Nice.
start writing some reviews for the Gaming Outsider. There you go, Brian Regals. Jake,
Aaron Hughes says if if anyone's answer isn't to smash the entirety of their backlog, they're way too young. Yeah, even me, like my wish list on Steam, we've talked about it. It's hundreds of games long. I mean, not all of them are games that I want to play, but at some point I was like, yeah, I'd love to give that a try.
yeah,
Mhm.
But there's just too many other games that I want to play right now
Mhm.
that I don't play those games. So
Zach,
Jumping over to
whoever did next
Discord.
to you.
Thomas Bex writes, I will still be playing my beloved point-and-click adventure games, and any other story-driven puzzle games required me to flex my mind instead of my reflexes. See, Thomas is going to have a sharp brain when he's old.
Mm-hmm.
No Alzheimer's for Thomas Bex. Tim Pollen writes in, accessibility settings are going to be the key for my retirement.
I didn't even think about that. We're always like, oh, accessibility retirements. I don't need that. Might need them in the future.
I'll be too proud. I was like, no.
Right.
If I can't beat Wolfenstein without any aid, I don't deserve Wolfenstein.
Right.
And
Who needs
lastly,
aim assist?
Mark Szymanski says, considering that retirement is 15 years away, I begin considering what the gaming landscape will look like. If it's highly VR based, think Ready Player One and the Oasis, then absolutely my gaming will be backlog heavy. I am not against VR gaming, but my eye fatigue and likely dizziness in my old age will prevent that from being my primary outlet. Let's consider a reality where 2040 is still heavily console or Switch-esque based. Then it will have a wonderful even mix of new and old. There will be so many games between now and then. I will have gaming to do until I die. Plus, with the free time on my hands, perhaps I will finally get a chicken dinner on Fortnite. However, you won't be allowed to bother me while I'm sitting in my rocking chair on my porch, listening to a baseball game and waving at my neighbors. And I must have a healthy amount of gardening time too, and travel. Yeah, you can have all that, man. I want a game. Watch movies,
Right.
play board games. That's what I want to do. All right. Next week's topic. Thank you to everybody that wrote in. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to retire with all of you. Let's do it. The Gaming Outsider retirement community. It's going to be a thing. Here's the thing. There's probably going to be another gaming crash before you guys retire, right? Like gaming is going to have a slump, like a massive slump at some point. They're going to run out of
AI
ideas.
takes over.
Yeah, that too, or something. It's so gaming is going to be so like an archaic thing, like the way that we look at people playing bridge. That's what the younger generation is. Oh, those old geezers in their retirement homes just playing video games. You know what I mean? That's could be a possibility, and I don't care. It's gonna be fine. It'll be a thing, like you know how people go visit old people in old folks' home.
Mm-hmm.
Come play a game with me. Oh, fine, Grandma. I'll come play bridge with you.
Right.
I'll come play Dead Space 3 with you because Zach never did.
Zach died before he could.
Grandpa, I don't want to play Halo with you. You always beat me.
We have to refer to each other by our gamer tags. Like nobody ever like calls each other by the name.
I mean, so Scott, like
yeah.
Scotty Lindsay.
Come on.
Or I gotta use your first and middle.
Yeah. All right. Next week's topic is going to be the 2025 Game Awards because they do take place on Thursday evening. So we're just going to make that. We're going to roll that up into news and topic next week because there's probably not going to be a whole lot of other news besides that. So
I imagine not. No.
It's funny how nothing big happens or like around Game Awards or E3 season, isn't it? Like,
yeah. What are the odds?
Planning.
It's just so
we'll
weird.
have to we'll have to come back and be surprised that Claire Obscure won Game of the Year.
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
Right.
I mean, there's no way it doesn't, right?
Oh my god, I can't believe the front runner won. Yeah, what else could? No, I do not think we're going to be surprised by like DK Bonanza winning.
No, it's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
But that is going to do it for this week's The Gaming Outsider. Thanks so much for listening. This episode was produced by Kevin Honigford. All the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. His website, as always, is stemagemusic.com, STEMAGE music.com. Please be sure to email us. If you have any questions or concerns, our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. And join us live every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We would love to have you join the chat. Zach, do you have any parting words or recommendations for our listeners?
If you can see Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, absolutely do it. What a fun time. 4 hours and 35 minutes of Uma Thurman getting revenge. It was awesome. Loved it.
I'm trying to think of how Kill Bill Volume 1 ended. Does it just roll on? Like she does that like dialogue, right? Or that monologue?
About like how she's going to kill Bill.
Like with the motorcycle helmet on? Is that right?
Isn't it like black and white and she's like driving down the road?
Oh, that's what it is. She's like looking at the camera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not in
just
here.
Like keep going. There's no, or is there an intermission, or does it just keep rolling?
There was an intermission, which I was pleasantly surprised by. So I get a little popcorn refill. But that scene is not in it at all.
Okay.
And then like there's a scene at the very end of Volume 1 where Bill's talking to the one woman, the bride left alive,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when we learn about the twist. I guess I don't know. It
Sure.
feels weird. I don't want to spoil 20-year-old, but that basically that the twist is not revealed. Then it's not revealed until the end of the movie. So that conversation is a little bit differently, and then it just kind of jumps into her fighting Bud.
Interesting.
In the
Where she
desert.
gets buried alive.
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I'm trying to remember now because, it's long. It was a long movie. I'm trying to remember the exact order of things. Yeah. But
And that's never coming to home release. That's just going to be
it just got announced for 4K.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah. Just
right.
yesterday, I think. So definitely watch it. If you want to, you can say after the credits of Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair in the theater, and they will show you the most bizarre thing where it's like a Kill Bill 9-minute short film directed by Tarantino, but shot in Fortnite.
What?
Which I think would, yeah, exactly. Which I think would have been okay because then it would just kind of be an animated short movie of Kill Bill, like it's like basically a bonus action scene. But
9 minutes though?
Yeah, very short. But
for an after credits scene, that seems pretty long.
I mean, it's not that scene though. It's like it was a part
After 4 hours
that he cut out of the screenplay. It was like a scene where Go-Go's sister gets revenge on the bride. But
Go-Go.
But I couldn't. There's like a bunch of Fortnite references. There's like the fish guy and the banana dude. It sucks. And it felt like it was just so weird coming from Tarantino, who's always like talking about how everybody's gone bankrupt and stuff and always talking smack. And I'm like, well, buddy, you just sold out more than anybody right now.
Right. Didn't he just like lamblast like the Hunger Games movies? And now he's after like Paul Dano and Matthew
the Hunger
Lillard
Games ripped off Battle Royale. It's so funny because I've just watched Kill Bill, which is just ripping off like 1,000 Asian action movies, but whatever.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He's on a weird tear this week for sure. But it's hard to hate the guy because he makes movies like Kill Bill.
Right.
I
need to rewatch a couple of. Inglourious Bastards might be my favorite.
Incredible.
Of the lot.
Movie, yeah.
I haven't seen Hateful Eight since it released, and I need to rewatch that.
Awesome movie. A good Christmas movie.
Yeah. How about you, Jake? Anything? No. You leaned in like you were going to say something. I didn't know what's going on. All right, I've got a quick recommendation. It's not a new one, but it is Christmas season officially. I'm one of those people that refuses to put on any Christmas music until after Thanksgiving, because I don't want to like get super sick of it. But my first album I listen to every year is a Christmas album by a metal band called August Burns Red, and it's freaking fantastic. So if you want a little metal in your Christmas, I highly recommend. It's even got 2 original songs on it that are not like traditional ones that like they did original songs. No lyrics. It's all just instrumental, except for there's one Joy to the World song where they like scream the lyrics, and that's whatever. But
so they're melodies.
Yeah, it's really good. They actually did a second one. They did the metal version of the Home Alone song. The theme from Home Alone is on there, and then the Mariah Carey song, they do a metal version of that. Just there's 2 metal albums by them. I just recommend them both highly. It's a lot of fun. So
I just when we were putting up the Christmas tree today, listened to Christopher Lee's heavy metal Christmas album.
I forgot that was a thing. I gotta go look that up.
It was pretty cool, man.
He has a cool voice for metal.
It's an old dude rocking out, man.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Until next week. I'm Scott Clark. What? You got something?
I was just gonna say I put up the Christmas tree this weekend and we watched Home Alone.
Nice.
That was still never mind. Do your ending.
I have watched so many already. My wife has added The Greatest Showman to our Christmas movie repertoire, even though it's not a Christmas movie. But she watched it 3 times the other day, back to back. Just the movie was over, it started it again.
That's crazy.
I like that movie, but
we actually went looking for movies to watch, and funny enough, Hulu added Gremlins this week, and it's like,
takes place during Christmas.
What's the timing?
If you haven't checked it out, go watch 8-Bit Christmas, please. please go watch 8-Bit Christmas. It is not just a gimmicky video game thing. It is about a kid. It's like a
Is that the Adam
Christmas story.
Sandler movie?
No, it's Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, plays the father. It's basically the story of a Christmas story, but the kid wants a Nintendo instead of a Red Ryder BB gun.
So the kid's
And
cooler.
Yeah, and it takes place in the 80s, and it's just like it's really a cute movie, and it's got actually a nice ending that you don't see coming. So
You know what movie is timeless? The Santa Claus.
that's the first one we watch every year.
I love
that movie, man. I don't care.
Everything pre Santa Claus is actually just like Tim Allen at his finest.
Yeah.
Like being late for dinner. He's like, oh, there's a problem. It's a 5-car pile up on the completely barren road. Good stuff.
That's not very ladylike. I love that movie.
Neil
he even
makes
does
a
like the
great
grunt
turkey.
in the movie.
Yeah, and you should see him walk on water.
He just says you're going to say something snide. That's not true. It could be rude or sarcastic.
Yeah, let's just quote Santa Claus for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, dude. Let's do it. I've seen that movie so many times.
So good.
Yeah. All right. That's it, everybody. Until next week, I'm Scott Clark with Zach Parkerson and Jacob Gunderson, and we are the Gaming Outside. And remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.